Hello my lovely Virgos, welcome to your July 2018 reading. This is a general reading for you Virgos. Also listen to your rising sign and your moon sign, and some months they will resonate more for you than your sun sign will, but they will also give you added detail and depth to the reading here. So welcome Virgo sun sign, Virgo rising and Virgo moon. So I hope you find this reading interesting and helpful. This is a general reading. If you would like to have a private reading with me, a one-on-one reading that's going to be very specific to you and what's going on in your life, in your journey, you can follow the link below in the information box. There's my website. If you go to my website, there you will be able to see the types of readings I offer, prices and payment methods as well. So it's all there for you. Thank you for subscribing and sharing and liking and commenting. I really appreciate that. I really enjoy connecting with you all as well. So be aware that it is a general reading. Okay, so that it's not going to, it may completely resonate with you. Some of it may resonate with you. So we'll just see how we go. So on to your reading, Virgos. Let's see what's in store for you. So what's crossing you here, I feel like, come July, I feel like there has been, I feel like I'm drawn to the past, what you've brought with you. I'll try and get the glare off that. What you've brought with you from June, May, you've been on a bit of an adventure. This is the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is always a new journey, a new adventure that you're going on, new venture, something new, some decisions that you've made, changes that you've wanted to bring into your life, taking you to different places, physically, emotionally, esoterically. It can be whatever it is for you, but I feel like that's what you're bringing into July. You've sort of thought about, some of you have taken the steps to make these changes and bring them in. Some of you are thinking about it. Depends where you are on your birth chart. The timing's going to be different for all of you, but that's seeing you in July. And because of these changes that you're bringing in, I'm feeling that your finances need to be, the Four of Coins, the finances need to be protected, looked after. And by protected, I mean you don't spend it frivolously. You are mindful of where you're spending, what you're saving, how much you have. I feel like there's bigger things coming up for you, and the finances, you're going to need those in place. Don't run up a huge amount of debt. Of course, if you've got a home, you've purchased a home, that's a very different thing. But I don't feel like July is actually the month to be making big purchases. So if you can put it off, fabulous. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. If you can, that would be absolutely fantastic. If you can't, that's just the way things are, and you just need to be very mindful. You need to really be aware of what you have, you can spend, what you want to save. It's really about counting your pennies here, okay, at the beginning of July, and having a look at what you've got. And I want to say, for some of you, it's like this division. There's going to be a division of finances. There's going to be a division of funds, and you need to be very aware of how that division is happening. You need to be protective, and you need to look after your own interests here. So really be aware of what changes are taking place here, how it's being divided, what you're getting, and is it really what you're deserving, is it your share? be mindful of it. Be aware of what's going on. Be aware of how that's being divided, I want to say to some of you. Okay? I want to say to some of you. It's also, I feel, before I move on to the next card, I also feel that there's somebody around you that doesn't want to share something. For some of you, there's someone that doesn't want to share something, and they're being a little bit selfish, a little bit greedy. Okay, so you need to be on your toes, on your toes. So all Virgos, I think, in the beginning of July need to be aware of finances in one way or another, and it's going to be different for all of you. But I feel like for some of you, there's going to be someone there that doesn't want to share, they're going to be greedy about what they want. So you're really going to need to be on the ball, be on your toes, be aware of what's going on. Take an active part. Don't get to a point where you think, oh, look, I don't care. Let them handle it. Let them do this. Don't be doing that. Don't relinquish your interest in whatever's going on. Okay? That's what I want to say to you. Don't fall into, oh, well, they'll just do it. They won't. Okay? You need to look after your own interests here. And that's coming through really strongly. It's really important. It's really, really important because it's going to set you up. This is the Eight of Wands. This is going to, whatever goes on here is going to set you up for the months ahead. Okay, so whatever is happening here, whatever changes you've already started to put into place or changes that have happened around you, they're going to set you up for the next few months, I want to say. Because there's going to be opportunities coming up for you in the next few months, and you're going to need the financial backing is what I want to say. Okay, they're very good opportunities. I don't want you to be in a position to think, oh, fantastic opportunity, but I can't afford it. I haven't got the money. I can't do that. You need to be mindful of what's going on in the beginning of July to be able to set you up for things that you're wanting to do, opportunities that are going to come your way over the next few months. Okay, I feel like they will start. For some of you, that will start in July. For some of you, it's going to start in August. It's going to start. It's going to be there. These new opportunities, these new plans, these new things that you want to do that you've been planning on doing that you're wanting to do. And I feel like, the card that is in here, this is in your subconscious. This is you. This is your subconscious. This is what you're thinking. Okay, this is how you're feeling. And this is the Death card. It's not ominous. Okay, the Death card simply indicates that there's endings. And I get a sense of those endings are with you. Those endings are with you. You're in control of this. It's like... I want to say to you, you've reached a point where you think, I've had enough, that's it, I've got to make these changes, I'm going to change these things in my life, it can no longer continue the way it has been continuing, I'm going to close that door. That's the death of a situation, a death of a way you deal with things, a death of a way that you usually behave or react to situations. You're changing that. It's like this new you're going to be looking at things, reviewing things, dealing with things in a different way, is what I want to say to you. So this death of situations and behaviours and ways of doing things are very much with you. They're things that you're changing within yourself. So people outside of you may not even be aware of these changes that are going on in you, but it's this real realization of, well, I don't want that anymore. I don't want that in my life anymore. I don't want to react like that anymore. I don't want to behave like that anymore. I don't want to do the same thing, the same pattern of the way I do things. Something's got to change. So you're wanting to bring in these changes, and so what you're doing is you are getting rid of old habits, old ways of doing things, old behaviours. That's in your subconscious. So it's things that, it's like you've reached a point where you're just fed up with a situation and it needs to change, and you've come to that decision. You want to bring in those changes. It's something that's imposed on you by external forces. It's just you coming to at the end of your tether, so to speak. Okay, with whatever it is that's going on with you. And see again, these finances, whatever's going on with this money situation with you, you're going to be successful at it. It's going to allow you, the Page of Coins, this is planning. It's going to allow you to make plans. So once you've decided what you no longer want in your life, you're going to bring in and start planning for a new future. And this is where the money you've saved, the money you've gained, the money you've been frugal about is going to come into play. This is what's going to help you to that next stage, that next beginning for you, that next venture. So it's going to be a real realization. I want to say to you, it's almost like you wake up one day and think, okay, well, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. Something's got to give. Something's got to change. I don't want to do that. It's got to be different. And so I don't want to do that anymore. It's just like, wow, a light bulb goes on, light bulb moment. And so then you're going to make plans for a new future for you, a new way of doing things for you. For some of you, it's work. For some of you, it's the home environment and family. So it'll be different for each of you, Virgos, but the energy is going to be the same. And the finances that's where the finances start coming into play for you. It's going to allow you to make these plans that you've wanted to make. Okay, that you've wanted to make. And what is that leading to? What is that leading to? Towards the second half of July, it's leading to a whole lot of new beginnings, a whole lot of new emotional beginnings as well. Feeling content about where you are at. Feeling content about what you've achieved. Feeling content about where you're going. It's like your emotions are going to be on even keel here. And this abundance is going to come to you. I feel like for those of you that are in a relationship, it's your cup runneth over. It's like you've reached this new level in your relationship. You just this point of being really happy with each other, really liking where you're at, really making that strong connection. It's really nice. It's really strengthening, bringing together that relationship that you're in. For those of you that are single, that feeling of contentment and happiness and your cup runneth over and you like where you are at is also going to be attractive to a potential partner. So there's opportunities there for you to meet someone. There's opportunities there for this new beginning. It could have to do with, well, this is what I don't want anymore. I want to break those old habits. I'm seeking something new. So this card can be the death of so many different levels in you. It can be your job. It can be family members. It can be a partnership. It can be an emotional condition. Breaking the cycle of bad relationships, and this new beginning coming up for you. So it's a real opportunity to really cut away all that dead wood, cut away everything that is no longer going to suit you in moving forward, because this month is going to be one of really moving forward for you. And feeling emotionally strong about that. You're going to feel like you're in a really good place by the end of July, certainly the last 2 weeks, the last week of July. You're going to be in this really wonderful, strong emotional space. I really like that. You've also got another page, and it's the Page of Wands, and the Page of Wands is about, where are you moving? Where is life taking you? What are you moving to? The Page of Wands is finding your purpose, finding your passion, finding your drive, finding what really rocks your boat. What do you really want? What have you always wanted to achieve? It's this injection in the arm of really being able to lay down these plans and start seeing them through. That suits you. That's about you. July is really about you and what direction you want to take. There's an opportunity here to start this journey and so go on the journey that you want to go on. Find your passion. make plans to bring that in. Really think about what it is you're wanting and what you're wanting to achieve. The opportunities are all there for you. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm really excited. I want to say to you, don't waste a minute. Really, really analyze, really think about what it is you want. Really think about where you're headed, because the opportunities are here. Start putting things in place that are going to help you to move forward. Budget, save some money. If there's money coming to you, be mindful that you're getting your share. Really fight for what you want. Really, this is the Strength card, and with this change that's coming in for you, it's about being strong. And this is you. I don't even feel like I need to say this to you. Have this really strong sense of determination. I'm feeling like you're not going to be swayed. Nobody's going to come in and plant the seed of doubt or sway where you're going or what you're doing. It's just, that this is so right, and this is where you want to be, and this is what you want to do, and this is how you want to do it. You're going to take charge. You're going to find this real inner strength here, which is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Towards the last week of July, because on the 27th we've got a huge eclipse. There's 2 eclipses in July, on the 11th and the 27th. So that's a real time for change and illuminating those inner desires, which is really important. And so at the end of July, what's going to come up for you is this reminiscing of past situations, reminiscing of past things. For some of you, it's, what have I always wanted to do that I've never been able to do because I've had other obligations, other concerns, other responsibilities. Here's this opportunity now for me to tap into what I've always wanted to do, what my passion is, and have the courage to move forward with it, and reminiscing. For some of you, it's reminiscing about past situations that have gone on, you've moved on from, but it's revisiting it, recapping on the emotions, dealing with anything that wasn't dealt with, anything that didn't have closure for you. It's about, people might come in from your past to allow you to have that closure, or it might just be you thinking about it, reminiscing about it, and bringing through that closure, because it's, there has been a sense of loss in the past with you, but not all is lost. With the 5 of Cups, you've got these 3 broken cups, but she's holding 2 cups, 2 new beautiful cups that aren't broken, which means there's still so much for you to give. You can come back from this, and you can become stronger from it by reviewing it and closing that door and moving on from it. Be it a work situation, be it a disappointment in your life, be it a relationship that didn't go the distance, didn't go where you wanted it to go, whatever that is for you. I'm going to pull another card to get a little bit more clarity on that. That's going to be happening till the very end of October for you, where there's this review, and often when we're moving forward, when we're changing, when we're closing those doors and moving on from situations that no longer serve us, making those changes within us, there's always that final, let's just reflect a little bit on the past before I completely close that door and lock it. Let's just have a look at what's going on there. So that's not unusual that happens towards the end of July. Before you close that door, it's July. It's just one last little look. Let's see if I've really tidied everything up and neatened it all up and closed those doors and finished those things off well to my satisfaction, so that I can close that door and move on. You see, you've got this too. It's about really releasing the past. It's about not, you wanting to move forward, but these tentacles, this octopus tentacles, are still hooked onto cups and emotions from the past. It's about releasing those and moving forward with freedom and not looking back. because there's new horizons, there's new emotions, the new relationships, there's new opportunities for you. So it's really about releasing all of that and moving on with what is in store for you there. Okay. And also, you know, I mean, this card came out as well. So I'm going to say to you, do this with integrity, with honesty. Don't deceive. This is about self-deceival. I feel like it's don't deceive yourself. Don't gloss things over. Don't not look at things with absolute honesty. Even if you've done things you're not proud of, if you've made mistakes, we all make mistakes. There's no judgment here. So don't have that self-deception. Really lay things out and look at them clearly in order to be able to put them to rest and move on to the future. Okay, move on to the future with an open heart. Absolutely. What a wonderful opportunity here. There's a lot of good things happening. Okay, this is from the Angels of Abundance card. And I have here for you. How appropriate, Virgo. Let go of guilt. Let go of guilt. Let's have a look here. When you allow your light to shine brightly, you inspire others. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done, and trust that God, Source, the universe, loves you unconditionally for who you are. Learn and grow from past mistakes instead of berating yourself for them. Now, isn't that exactly what we were discussing with what's coming up for you in past memories, and really just releasing them, let them go so that you can have new beginnings. And there are new beginnings for you, absolutely fabulous ones. So that's a nice little summary for you, I think. So there's no judgment, no guilt. Guilt is an awful word. I hate it. You need to take it, have a ritual, bury it in the backyard, get rid of it. We make our choices and decisions in life according to what we have, the knowledge and the resources we have at the time of that choice. So there's no judgment. There's no judgment. We're constantly growing and learning, and as we learn, as the years go by, we can look back and go, oh well, if only I knew what I knew then, I would have made a different decision. But you didn't. So let it go and move on with love and light. Virgo, I wish you many, many blessings, love and light to you, and ease and grace. Bring in these changes that you are wanting. Until next month.